Hello everybody, my name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show, here today on the Geeky Puppet Show. Today! For what? For what? For Resident Alien. It's the Season 2 finale. I know, it feels like we're already on Season 3. But it's the Season 2 finale, and join me as always. If you look to my side, he's small, he's green, he's mean. He is Froggy. Say hi, Froggy.
Say hi, Froggy.
Why would you say the say?
I say.
I do declare. And there's quite a bit to discuss with this episode because quite a few things are going on. But mostly it's dealing with, Harry's goodbye tour. The Greys pretty much at the beginning of this episode walk up to Harry and are like, you know what? You can go. We have an escape pod. Get the hell off of our planet because we're taking over. Because they've been making apparently gray human hybrids, according to Goliath. And Asta actually gets to know about this. But with that escape pod mentioned after, he says, you know what? I need to protect my baby, who he ultimately decides to name Bridget. Very important name. Dignified. Right, Froggy?
Yes. It's very important.
Yeah, very. There's also the smaller town plots, which I guess we should go at one at a time. You know I love Big Black. Big Black is one of the best characters of the show. He is fantastic.
Yes, that's right. We're still talking about the show here.
That's right. Just the show. But no, we love Big Black. Sadly, at the beginning of this episode, he breaks because the mayor reveals that, I'm not supporting the hotel anymore. And there's just a solid, 45 seconds of Big Black trying to speak. He's just broken. But he gets over it when he gets to go ahead and assign a new deputy and a Hot Wheels car.
Yes, that is true.
But Liv, the deputy, the one that we know and are accustomed to, she's having a hard time because it's revealed that John Locke, nobody remembers his real name for this, John Locke, the alien tracker, is dead. And a news story has been made up by the government. Yay? I don't know. And with that in mind, with that being said, she kind of goes full on, this is shady, that I'm taking the truck. She does that, and you're not waiting for the tow truck driver, takes it home, and then has actually a very good moment with the sheriff later on, saying how he doesn't really support her every endeavor. Whenever she's really in on something, he's just trying to push it aside, focus on his own things. And he really makes up for that later in the episode when he, hides the truck. With that being said, there's one more major, really true side plot to discuss. And that's with, the name left me. Ben. He's been sleepwalking. Again.
Yes.
A lot of sleepwalking. Well, with that, with his random moments of, walking around, you have to wonder, okay, well, what is this supposed to be leading to? Because you would have thought that problem would have cleared up, because it seemed like it was his wife going against him that was causing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not quite true. Towards the end here, it's going to go ahead and get revealed that the Greys, like we said, have been collecting humans and been making human gray hybrids. Well, one of them was John Locke, the alien tracker's son. Well, Harry went ahead and gave him an orb and said, you can go off on your own. I'm going on an escape pod. Goodbye.
Hold on. He gave him the orb.
The orb, yes.
The one that's the heart stolen, and and then the government got hold of when they stole the baby.
Yes. But
Yes.
he has the egg now. Yeah.
We also found out that it's revealed, talking to the one that as far as the military leader, played by Lyndall Hamilton,
Yes.
that the Gray have their own little spy. He's the mole. She finds out they're the mole by going through security footage. He found out he went into the room, the baby's room, and was looking for the ball. And so basically she basically has a search warrant out for him as well from our group. So I gotta say though, this is actually pretty cool. But yeah. So basically, yeah. So John Locke's son in this, basically, was given the ball by Harry. He says like, don't worry, here, hang on, I want you to have this, because it'll keep you alive, Hold on. So he goes to sit down on a bench, a bus stop, waiting for the bus, and he's gonna have he's eating some food, and then he gets abducted again.
Yes.
It's revealed that him and Ben are on the alien ship with the Greys, and basically, yeah. So that's explains exactly why Ben's been sleepwalking, because the Greys have been abducting him, running experiments probably.
Yeah, and they have his baby. So his wife really was pregnant.
Yes,
but
and they showed that the last scene, they showed the baby floating in a little chamber. He looks over. I want to point out something, for those who haven't seen the show. This is Harry and his truth farm, and it's the baby Goliath. Who knows? So, for those who are not sure about this, or confused about this, yes, Goliath, who's basically gave birth to this baby, was Harry from the future.
Yes.
So, clear up any misunderstanding of that. The other part of this, but the other big thing about this story, about all the little side stories and stuff, they were basically turning this story into basically a History Channel. I want to believe documentary about aliens. People talking about people's reporting sightings of aliens and all stuff. They really turned it into basically a documentary, or basically ancient aliens. If you're watching that, so they really went into that. I like that because they know what kind of show they have, the humor. So they really went into that, and this made it basically focus on basically what people would identify with, the craziness, the aliens. I don't know. But apart from all that stuff, basically, yes, Harry's goodbye tour going around. He goes. The first person he runs into is Max outside Mama Sap's. Who's, I want to eat there, man. They got pizza. It looks really good. So Harry goes up to Max and says, "You know what? Hey, I just want to let you know, I'm gonna be leaving. It's my goodbye tour, and I got you this drawing here. Since you've never been able to see my face, I drew a very artistic profile of what I look like." And Max is like, "This is a stick figure drawing." He's like, "Are you fat shaming me or body shaming me?
This is my ideal weight."
Yes, his goal. But later on, we see basically Sahar shows up at the cabin. She's giving a little octopus. Call back to I guess it's true. Octopuses. I mean, maybe the baby likes an octopuses just like Harry liked number 42. But she gives it a little hijab thing too, which I thought was kind of weird. But I guess it's for her to remember. Basically, the baby comes out and just calls her mama, which I still don't like that. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time.
But before this, though, Harry had John Locke's son and the baby. The baby was still in alien form, and
he's my boy now. I've adopted him.
He kept saying we're one big giant happy family, and the guy's like, you're not. It's like, dude, I'm not your son. I'm 20 years old. He's like, Harry's like, don't make me put you in a timeout, young man. Yes. And before this, even in the same scene before this, we saw that Harry was along with the baby. The baby was the alien form. He's like, "Hey, quit drinking all the toilet water." And then he's like, and the baby jumps up. And then you see later on, as he's talking to John Locke's son, you hear the baby flush the toilet. Basically, so also Sahara provided Harry and the baby, basically,
with
snacks, which we say. So after all the goodbyes, Harry basically he was confronted by one of the Greys. The guy was the mole inside the diner. and basically tells him, "Hey, I got you an escape pod. Um, or
They
actually,
spoke with your people. They
yeah,
spoke with our people.
yeah, actually, yeah, he actually did the diner scene first. Yeah, that's why Harry's doing goodbyes. But he goes to out in the Arctic, where the ship is. We see it, and he's like, here, he gives the baby his snacks, supposed to go in there. But then next time we see the spaceship launching off. Harry stayed behind, and he said, "Oh, I kept your snacks. I better eat them before they go bad."
Yeah, so basically, he's sending the baby off to his world for
Yeah.
protection. And he is going to stick around to fight the Greys.
Yes, but then he returns home to his cabin, and he comes to basically Asta, and she's like, "You were
Oh,
gonna leave.
dear God.
You were gonna leave without telling me." Asta. Harry lies to him. He's like, "What do you mean? I'm not going anywhere." She's like, she plays some video message like, "Asta, I'm leaving. I'm going back to my homeworld. Have a good life."
What makes you think that? Oh.
And then the part we all dreaded, because while Asta was doing that, back at Asta's dad's house, Darcy was going to have the last thing. She discovers the cooler that belonged to Sam. Inside it was basically the drug that killed Sam.
Yep, it was Harry's cooler because the real human Harry killed Sam, but not
Yes.
alien Harry.
Yes.
In fact, alien Harry killed human Harry, which was actually a good thing. And
So she goes to confront Harry at his cabin, finding Asta there, and then basically she gets Asta defends Harry. Says, "Not what you think." She's like, "You're defending a murderer. I thought we're friends. We're not gonna be roommates." But then it's like, well, she's like, Asta, I can't tell you. It's not. It's better if you don't know the secret stuff. And then at the last minute, Harry decides to, off camera, turn into his normal form. Asta freaks out, but Darcy looks and says, "Oh, you didn't tell me you got a dinosaur. A dinosaur is a friend. Here's a dinosaur. That's kind of cool." And Harry says, "By all means, what? Where you go to school? I am nothing like a dinosaur." Basically proving how stupid Darcy is, because Darcy doesn't react. Instead, she's normal. She's fine. She's happy that Asta, that's what the big. There was no big deal for Asta to hide the fact, all that stuff. She didn't care about that. She was more upset about that Harry killed Sam, that was the original town doctor in the very beginning.
yeah.
And it's just, to me, it just shows you how stupid Darcy is. I mean, if she had an ounce of brain cell in this, this character, she would have freaked out and tried to protect Asta, only for Asta to say, "Hey, he's a good person."
Yeah, I mean, it's...
So after this,
That's her whole... just how dismissive she is at learning, giant alien. "Oh, no, I don't care about that. You're just my best friend." That's not how... Even a person as crazy as Darcy is meant to be, that's not how, you would legitimately react to, an alien standing right there. And you wouldn't call him a dinosaur either, but whatever.
So also, I want to point out after this, Harry knows that he hears, he hears cars, helicopter stuff. He tells Astra to go in the bunker, and Darcy's confused, and it's like, this it's supposed to be the end of the world bunker, whatever they go in there. Harry sitting at his kitchen table as military, goons.
Bust down the door.
Bust down the door, jump to the window, and he says, "You monsters! The door was unlocked. You're paying for this."
I'll send you my bill.
So, we see Harry basically then later escorted out to a secret base that basically, I think was her name General McAllister?
Yes, Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton basically has, and she basically has him brought forward. He's in the ankle shackles with the basically in the hand shackles. Basically, you see with serious inmates when they're transporting them.
And he breaks out of them pretty much instantly.
Yeah. So then they are formed an alliance. That's what we learned.
Teamwork. Yeah, because whenever he uploaded the drive that John Locke alien tracker, went ahead and
Linda Hamilton basically said, as soon as that goes live, I want everybody within a 200-mile radius arrested, taken.
Yeah, take them in.
Yeah, take them in. So I want to point out after all this, a little notes about behind the scenes. I was looking up and reading about this. Showrunner Chris Sheridan, he said the script for this episode was pretty much written prior to the series being picked up for season 3, but it was not written in such a way as being tweaked based on whether or not the series was picked up. So he said he described it as being one of his favorites of the series so far, with a lot of big things happening. He stated how long the series continues depends how much of a slow roll the writers can do of Harry's emotional growth. And by this point, Harry's very much human, so I expect this show to have 2 more seasons.
Yeah, I think it could definitely do that. This episode, while I have that problem with it, everything else has an element that I really do, and I do like. I was worried that Liv was going to do something like really stupid, but maybe next season she might. But with this being done, I have to say, season 2, very strong. It had weak episodes. Let's not get that wrong. I'm not forgetting the freaking Girls' Night episode. Head through a wall. She-Hulk level of writing, at least the first 5 episodes. But that's another discussion for tomorrow. Make sure to come for that. But as for this season, it's been strong. It really has. Everything with Harry generally has been good. Alan Tudyk, he is fantastic. That actor, I want him in everything. Want him over in, Star Wars. I want him in Marvel. He's already all over DC. So, just put him anywhere and you'll see a big old puppet smile on my face.
So, yes, and as a normal reaction, Rania, Darcy is the town drunk, constantly, being stupid, she is very inconsiderate of others. She's not that bright.
No. But even with all that said, it's still stupid. Yeah. So is there anything else to really go over, Froggy, or do we top it all off?
I pretty think we much hopped all over it.
So yes, strong episode. Next season, there's definitely going to be some interesting leads because now
Liv, Big Black, and her husband are now looking into investigations as who murdered John Locke.
Alien Tracker, because his real name is like Eric or something.
Something like that.
No, because she's sober right now. Yeah, with her being sober, it's that way. But that's pretty much it. We want to hear your thoughts, though, so please make sure to leave a comment down below. If you're not watching this show, now's the time. It should be uploaded on Peacock, all of it right now. So go binge it. It's definitely worth it. You're going to have a good time with it. Even the episodes in which I struggled, there's still something good in it. There is not one consistently bad episode, so don't worry about that.
Don't worry. There's worse shows coming on. Reginald the Vampire. It's Eric's next Wednesday on Syfy. Yes, well, with Ned from the MCU Spider-Man. Yes. So if you love that.
That's not an interview with a vampire.
I didn't say interview with a vampire. I said Reginald. I said Reginald the Vampire.
That's very different. Yes, we're not watching.
We could though.
No. I draw a line.
Yeah, now you
comics. Anything comic related, I'm okay. You know what? Maybe we can review it here.
I just want to point out I'm not even that sure alcohol could shield the pain I would feel. But speaking of pain, I was gonna say Doctor Who, but that's a different story. That's a different channel. That's actually over on Mad Men in the Box. Check out them.
Yeah, because what's that guy, the dork, Pixel? Yeah, he's over there with his friends over there.
Yes, and Jimmy the Quirks. And Oz Chris.
He's the cool one.
But upcoming though, we do have a show returning. The Walking Dead, the last final 11 episodes of the final season, season 11, October 2nd, I believe. This Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you're excited about that as much as I am, join us. We'll be reviewing those.
How many episodes are left?
I believe 11.
11. All right. So you know what to stick around for. But that's it for us. We want to thank you so much for watching. Like we said, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Ko-Fi if you can. And dropping $1 in the till, it helps out the channel. Helps out us. And especially with our comic book readings. Check those out. We have a great old time. But that's it for us for now. Thank you one last time. And you have a great night. Goodbye!
We'll see you when we see you.
This is some bullshit.